What kind of guy was Potts, man? Like, what kind of dude was he?
Potsy was just a, just good, staunch young kid who was just, loved his graph and bombing and was just a mad tagger and a mad pacer, when I look back at shit from like we done was kids, I used to think I had him covered back then. And then the more I look at his stuff now, I'm thinking he was bending letters over and my letters are straight up and down. And I'm like, when he's starting to do that shit now, I'm thinking, fuck, he was way out of his time. But I suppose God knows, when you're going to go and let you in on some shit early. But he was a good dude. I used to actually play like under 8s rugby league with him when I was a kid from McMahon's Point. So we go like way back. But just a shitty day all around that day.
Were you with him? Were you around that day when he passed away?
He was. I was at actually this day I remember probably more stronger than any day ever. But I was at we'd all been out partying in the city and we were supposed to meet the next day and I was at Tarman at Haro's mum's house and I'm waiting for him to come. He doesn't show up and I'm like, I'm going to go into George Street where the games were, Orbit it used to be, and see if he's in there. And so I catch a train from Artarmon into there. Little did I know that I've just gone past him. He's in the tunnel, right? Falling out, smashed his head, doing a hangout in the tunnel at Wynyard. I've just come through there in the train. He's in the tunnel, and I don't know this, but so he's not there in the city. And then graffiti task force drive past, and we're just around 18-year-olds, and we'd had a few run-ins with these same transits, and we got into a big fight with them one night, and so they knew not to sort of mess around with us too much at that stage, right? And so when they'd see us, it was they didn't give a shit anymore. They used to when we were younger, but not when we got around 18 and when we get big enough to punch back, they don't, they started easing up and they drove past me in the city and I seen them drive past and then they must have seen me too. And then they come back and then they pull up and they got me in the lane at George Street and they're going, where you been today? And I'm thinking, what have I done? Well, I've never seen them though, real serious. I'd never seen them like this, right? I knew something was up just by the way the attitude. It was different. I didn't know they just come from the morgue identifying pots, right? And so I'm in the laneway in the city, and they're saying, and I'm thinking, what have I done today? And I said, no, nothing. I haven't done nothing. I've been at Artarmon all day, and they're like, you want to know who fell out of train? And I'm like, who fell out of train? And then they pull out a mugshot of Potts, right? And so I laughed, right? Because I think he's just falling out of train. What a dumb cunt, right? Sort of thing. But when I laughed, I looked at him and I could see the look on his face. And so straight away I jerried on. I said, what, he's dead? And they said, yeah, he's dead. I said, bullshit. And they said, no, he's dead. We're on their way to his mother's house now. Anyway, I hope his mother doesn't hear this fucking story. But anyway, and so, yeah, and I was just a bit in shock after that. I was like, and then that night it was just everyone met up and it was fucking just terrible fucking time, to tell the truth. But then we just bombed the shit out of Sydney for him for 3 months after that. Yeah. He actually died. He actually fell out the train in the same place. Nipser got killed in the tunnel, Wynyard. So Nipser was KOA rider in Metro's crew. Him and his little brother Kenji. He fell out there and died. I also heard another story of Leo who got killed on the main line. It fell out of the train and got hit by another train. Had hit his head in that same spot, but got smacked back in the train and survived. So, yeah, it's a bit of a dangerous spot there. It's like a dead man's arm hangs off the wall and it kinks, and if you're right-handed and not a southpaw and you're hanging out back with your back to the train, it's just a dangerous spot, and it sort of leans up against the wall and, yeah, just nasty.